All right, here we go. Welcome back to Golf Subpar with Colt, Knost, and Drew Stoltz and Sleaze. You're looking fantastic in your rowback hoodie over there. Hoodie season is here.
It's nice to be able to put one on for the first time. Long sleeves are here, and this is as good as they come in the game.
Best hoodie in the game, rowback. Also, golf shirts. Just got a pair of the pants the other day. Absolutely incredibly comfortable. Love them all. And just for you special listeners out there, want to say thank you to Rowback for being a proud partner of Golf Subpar. Use the code SUB on rowback.com for a generous 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off your first order over at Rowback. Go get you some nice swag. They're the best in the business. All right. Let's get to it.
A lot of action.
We got a lot to get to here. Got a lot of golf, a lot of football. Let's start with some golf here. Friend of the program, Austin Eckroat, picks up his second PGA Tour win of the season down at the Worldwide Technologies Championship. Nice little 11 birdies on Sunday for a final round. 63. Ended up winning by 1 over Carson Young and Justin Lauer. It was a hell of a performance by him. Congratulations. Love his game. Had the chance to play with him some at Whisper Rock. But he's solid, man. No surprise to see him pick up another dub.
No, I'm the only thing I'm surprised about a little bit is this golf course because like we play a lot with him. You know, the first handful of times I played with him, I think I told you I came back as like take Ches and how straight he hits it and how out of the middle he hits it every single time, and then just add a little bit more pop to it. And that's the way Austin Eckroat's been. Like he hits every fairway, every green, ball hardly moves any direction. So like he wins earlier this year at PGA National. Makes perfect sense.
Course.
You got to, yeah, exactly. That scumbag golf course that took my soul from me. You drive it perfect out there. You're ahead of the game. You iron it. Like that's a complete ball striker's heaven. And windy conditions. He's an Oklahoma guy. This golf course, I think, harder place for him to win, given that it's enormously wide. Long hitters can just smash it out there. He's not the longest guy. He's not short, but he's not the longest guy out there. And he kind of did it with his putter. I mean, he made everything. Yesterday, he was 8 under through 12. I mean,
with a bogey, through 12 holes. If you break down his stats, I mean, he's a fantastic ball striker. The putter is just not that great, and when it gets a little hot, look out. He goes low, and he puts himself in contention. It was really cool to see. I'm so happy for him. He is one of those guys that I think is just going to be out on the PGA Tour for a long time, have a really good career. I'm not going to say he's going to win 10 times, but he's one of those guys, you're just going to see him in the mix a lot, make a lot of big checks, which is a nice thing. And speaking of driving it rather nice, also friend of the program, the Lair, Scott Harrington.
How about it?
Okay. Was playing with him on Friday afternoon at Whisper Rock. We're on the upper golf course. 13, you know it well. Drivable par 4 for some. I lay up, but most of you guys like to send the driver. It's about 320 with some downhill. Wind was a little in off the left. He steps up there and hits a driver, and as usual, hits a beautiful seed going right at it. We can't see where it ends up, but the caddy, our man Drew, put a field goal sign up, which means it's good. And then he started pumping his arms a little bit, got a little excited. So I was like, oh, shit, he just hit it in there pretty close. We get down to the fairway. Nobody thinks anything. Drew comes running over. He goes, dude, that thing went right in the middle with perfect speed. Scott Harrington made a 1 on the par 4 13th. Bad news, though. There was a little game called the Rolling Stones going on the lower golf course. So total between both golf courses, there was around 100 people in the men's grill afterwards.
Busy.
And you know the rules. You make a 1, you buy everyone a drink, which is a stupid
rule
fucking
in the
rule.
history of mankind.
Yes, it is. But we don't know what the tab is yet. But I'm very interested to hear. I was on Scott's side. I'm like, listen, guys, don't abuse it. This is bullshit. Like, it's a horrible rule. He should have to buy a drink for everyone in his group, and then the group ahead of us was on the 14th tee, and they saw it go in. So I was like, hey, buy them one. The people playing the lower golf course should not be getting a free drink on Scott Harrington.
If it was anybody but Scott, I tend to agree with you. But for the Lair, we're just going to pile this thing on. Y'all were like a couple groups behind me. You yelled it out to me, so I get in. I was hosting some guys from out of town, from Colorado. We get in. I'm like, hey, order whatever you want, boys, courtesy of my guy Lair here, a couple groups back. And when they came by and we placed the order, I was like, by the way, this goes on Harrington. He made an ace today. And I'm pretty sure they didn't believe me. So I'm not even sure my table got on the tab. But then when they did come in eventually, it was confirmed. And I was like, yeah, make sure you load those things up. Also, I'll take a bottle of Knost to go.
Well, when you try to charge shit to Harrington's account every other week, they kind of start not to believe you.
Yeah, that's a good point. I sprinkle the infield.
I will hate on him just a little bit here because he's to the point now where he's typing in his scores. He's taking a handicap, and David Pooch was in the group. He was getting a stroke off David Pooch, okay, who plays on the Live Tour. And he makes the ace on 13. 14's a par 3. We get on 15. Harrington's stroking. Gets ready to tee it off and trying to be funny. He looks at all this and he goes, guys, last time I hit this club, I hold it. So don't get your expectations too high right now. Immediately snap hooks it the shit. Ended up making a 10-footer for double for 6 for 5. Have you ever seen him snap hook it?
No, I've seen him miss like 3 fairways. He's the best Whisper player I've ever been around.
Yeah.
There was a period of time back in like the early 2010 to 14 era. I was like, I don't care who you are, go play him straight up at the like he hits it straighter than anyone, long. It was so good. But yeah, now he's playing with the pressure of having a shot, which is a different animal. All you're trying to do is not mess it up. It feels like it's such a weird feeling when they first start coming.
We had him on our Sirius XM show, and he's like, all I was thinking was just get it in the fairway. Not try to make birdie. No, just get it in the fairway, make 4 for 3, and move on. And what does he do? 6 for 5, you embarrassment.
After the pimple,
Yeah.
2 holes before. He did tell me that he's putting in all his scores. So he's like, I'm playing to a +5 or whatever it is. He's like, however, they just went in and put in all the pros tournament scores from the year. Wyndham Clark now playing at a +9. So if you have a game with him, just do the math on that. +9, tough one to win, but all of them have been like tweaked up. There's a lot of 6s, 7s in there.
Well, I need him to
Dubs
be
a 9 now.
Yeah. By the way, not to toot my own horn, my game's getting pretty nice. I'm up to I'm a +5 now.
Ooh.
+5.3
I'll take some
index.
candy.
No, you don't type
I'll
in your
take a
scores.
little.
Therefore, you don't get
I kind of
candy.
ballpark it.
And this is my whole reason why you should type in scores, because about 3 months ago, I was like a +1 because I was playing like absolute shit. And now it's gotten better and it's moved to a +5. So I'm playing good right now. I'm having to give it a lot more shots. I had to give Thunder Dan Marley 9 shots the other day, which is
a lot for him.
entirely too many. But a few months ago, I was playing terrible. I was shooting 75 every time I teed up, and I was a +1. So it fluctuates. So type your scores in so you can have a fair game.
I put in my last like 1 or 2. I'm going to start putting all of them in, just see where it shakes out. I don't know. I've always just played it normally a +4, maybe a +3, depending.
Yeah, but if you suck, you get more strokes.
Yeah, and I
don't
do
give
suck.
as many.
I suck for a large portion of the time, I feel like.
And there you have it.
I'll start putting them in. But yeah, shout out to Lair getting that
cool.
pimple done on that thing.
Also, we can't not give shout out to Bernhard Langer. I mean, what is this guy doing? 67 years old, hasn't won the entire season. Looked like his streak, he was going for 18 straight seasons with a win on the PGA Tour Champions. Hadn't had one all year. Last event of the year, Phoenix Country Club, Charles Schwab Championship. Goes out there, breaks his age 3 out of the 4 days, makes a 30-footer on the last hole for birdie to win the whole damn thing. The streak continues. Now 18 straight seasons for Bernhard.
The ripe old age of 67.
I mean,
it's
are you
unbelievable. And
kidding
like
me?
what he's done prior, like leading up to this year, was staggering. Not only do you got to like keep your body in shape, all that, you got to really want it. And most people, you know, after playing golf their entire lives, I think they kind of want to hang out, contend maybe once in a while, but he's still grinding. And when he blew out his Achilles, I think you and I both thought, most people probably thought like, all right, well, that's probably it. 66, when you blow that out, you're slow. You know, you recover a bit slower than you do if you're 22. And he came back in no time, started playing golf, and not only playing golf, but playing good enough golf to win out there. It's pretty remarkable. What was that, his 47th
win
I mean,
on the PGA Tour Champions, 124th career title worldwide.
That's a lot of winning. Who's the next closest active? Like still playing?
Active.
Like
I'm
will
not
that
sure.
will that be broken? You have to play for a long ass time, but you also have to just be good the whole
Yeah,
time.
Hale Irwin had the record, I believe, before. Great Colorado golfer.
Great Colorado
One of the
golfer.
few.
Played at Colorado football team as well. How about that little nugget?
But active-wise, I'm not sure who would be next on that list. I'd have to go look at it. But Bernhard is just, like you mentioned how long it takes him to recover from that. I mean, robots just need to be rewired.
I know,
Okay?
like
They don't have to heal.
Yeah, there's just go in there and tweak it. And
he's
back.
unbelievable. But congratulations to him. Congratulations to Stephen Alker on winning the season-long race, the Charles Schwab Cup. Brought home a little $1 million. Had a putt to force a playoff. Looked like he was going to win the tournament. Had 8 feet for birdie as Bernhard had 30. And a little role reversal there.
How about that? Like the senior tour career, the Champions Tour career he's having. Normally we look at the guys that are turning 50 from the PGA Tour. Like there's the next guy. Like Ernie's going to win all of them. Furyk's going to win all of them. Whoever it might be. And here comes Steve Alker, and he's winning everything after really just being a journeyman the entire time.
Yeah, and I think part of
grinding
that
it
is-
out on every tour possible.
And this is not hate on a guy like Ernie or Retief or anything like that. Like those guys had Hall of Fame careers on
Yeah.
the PGA Tour. Stephen Alker didn't. He grinded on the Korn Ferry Tour, played a little bit on the PGA Tour, but for him, this is like, okay, here's a second opportunity to go out and have a monster career. And I think he's given it. The other guys, they want it. They want to go out there and play well. But Stephen Alker's like, this is my chance. Like, I am now a young guy on this tour. I can keep up with these guys. And he busts his ass. I know he works
Yeah.
extremely hard. And boy, he is killing. I think he's made over $15 million now on the PGA Tour
He's
Champions.
winning or contending, it feels like, every week. And yeah, I think there's kind of you fall into one of two categories out there on the Champions Tour, like grind it out, want to win, working on and the guys like had a monster career, don't want to sit at home and be bored all the time, still want to compete and play, but maybe not, in between events and things like that, maybe not putting in the same amount of time they did when they were playing on the regular PGA Tour. But he's going right now.
I ran into Kirk Triplett this morning, and we were talking about Bernhard and how amazing he is. I mean, Kirk's 64 years old, so he's been out there the entire time Bernhard has. And he goes, yeah, earlier this year, I guess Bernhard lost in the playoff, and like they were talking about the streak and everything. He goes, Tuesday, I go up on the range. I'm like, man, nice playing, Bernhard. You're really close. He goes, no one remembers who finishes second. And then just turned right back around and started hitting balls again.
Leave me alone. I'm practicing.
But it was great.
He's special.
He is.
He's a different animal. Shout out to him on that 47th dub. You want to talk a
special,
little football, or do you want to just bypass the Cowboys segment, or do you want to talk?
Yeah, they
really,
suck.
do you want to get in and vent?
They suck. The locker room's fractured.
Yep.
Everyone hates each other.
Keep going.
That's it. I think they should. I actually agree with Stephen A. Smith for once. They should just freaking tank and try to get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, they might
They're
not
not going
even need,
anywhere.
they might not even need to try to tank. And I don't know why they don't play Trey Lance at this point. It's like your
They did at the end.
season's done. Cooper Rush is what Cooper Rush is. Put him in there. Like, what's the point of having him on the team if you don't even want to see if he can play?
Even our
At all? That
stadium-
thing is a mess.
Even
And
our
you-
stadium's a disaster. When I've said this since the place was built, I mean, you're building a $2 billion stadium. You got probably some of the best architects in the world. You know where the sun sets every single day outside of Dallas, Texas, and the rest of the world. Maybe we don't put windows where the sun's going to set when you play a lot of afternoon games. Just a thought, because CD couldn't see. That's why he didn't catch that touchdown pass. It's been a problem for years. Jerry got all pissed off when CD said they should put some curtains over those windows so you can actually see the football. He said, what should we do? Just tear down the whole damn stadium and rebuild it?
Yeah,
No,
do that.
Jerry, but you probably should have sat down with those architects you paid a fucking fortune to and maybe realized, hey, we should turn the stadium so the sun's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's a dome.
Or just buy the sun. Hey, Jerry,
Or do
buy
that.
the sun. Tell it, don't come over here while we're playing on Sundays. It's the only dome stadium I know in sports where outside conditions play a role.
Yeah.
It's normally the point of a dome.
I mean, I know
You're
you
gonna
can
get it
open
pretty
those
good.
up like when it's nice out and they get some airflow in there and everything, but the sun's right there.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a big time problem.
Just facing directly west, probably an issue.
Yeah.
It's like when you're driving straight into the sun. It's a problem. You guys are dead. At least you have
we
SMU
suck.
going for you. Can we talk about the I mean, dude, you're invested in this too, by the way. The Broncos just devastating loss. Hold on that, because this is going to be tough. I want to talk about something that I like first, and that's Zone Nicotine Pouches. As you well know, got a little 9 milli right in here right now. Peppermint variety. Helps keep me sharp. They focus on 3 different pillars: flavors, intensity, and comfort. Play golf in them. Watch football in them. Sleep with them, basically. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I need to be zoned in for this recap. That was that was just a microcosm of my entire year of football. Just, it's painful.
Watching that end of that Broncos Chiefs game, I was hoping there wasn't a different kind of 9 milli near you. That could have been a problem, but screw it. Let's do this. It's
That's
over.
it.
But 5.5 is the total for the Broncos, win total for the season. You're on it. I'm on it. I got a bunch of friends on it.
We're going to get it.
They're going to get there. But the fact that they could have locked it up on Sunday, I was texting with you. I was like, holy shit, they're about to beat the Chiefs, the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs
In
Kansas
Arrowhead.
City. And then, my God, a blocked field goal with no time
And
left.
we did it when, as soon as they scored, they kicked a field goal. Shout out to our defense. It was spectacular all day. But I'm like, okay, we're going to get the ball here, but also don't score too fast. Like, that's how most games are lost with the Chiefs. They're always losing. Then they get the ball. They have the final drive. Mahomes scores. If they need a touchdown, they get a touchdown. If they need a field goal, they get a field goal. When it was looking like we didn't know if we could kill the clock, then we pick up the big third down. I was like, that's it. That's it, dude. We can run it down to 0 now. They're out of timeouts. They don't have enough to stop the clock. This is the perfect execution. Shout out Bo Nix, by the way. He's been exceeded all my expectations. He's looked good. Get it down there. I mean, chip shot field goal, and just the entire left side of the
35
line
yards. It's
just
over.
got obliterated.
So-
just blown off the line. It wasn't even close to not being blocked. There was multiple guys that could have blocked it.
I told you this during our SiriusXM show, but I was watching Get Up on ESPN this morning, and Rex Ryan and Dan Orlovsky did an awesome job of breaking this down, because Dan Orlovsky basically said you could see this coming. Like, they thought they were going to get a block before the end of the game. They showed the extra points. They showed the other 2 field goal attempts. And Rex Ryan basically said, you find the weak link on the offensive line and then you abuse him. And I guess the first field goal that the Broncos kicked, there was a guy basically next to the end on the left side. They just got ran over. Okay. And they're like, they kind of got through there a little bit, but weren't really trying to. It was an extra point, so no big deal. Then the next kick, they went at that guy again and damn near blocked it. And then the third time, it got real close. And it was the same guy every single time. Final play of the game, they broke it down. This dude just got bulldozed, ran over flat on his back. And that's where the whole came. They found the weakest link and they attacked him. And they were like acting like they weren't one bit surprised that they blocked the field goal.
Yeah, where were you on that one? Special teams coach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the most Kansas City win of, like, we keep saying they could have 4 losses. They don't have 4 losses. They're unbeaten. They find ways. And I don't know right now, looking at them, like, are they more beatable than ever? Because they seem to be losing in every single game. Or are they just disinterested until it matters? But I don't know how many. I mean, it'd be a nice little preview next week when they go up to Buffalo. That's going to be a little, I mean, Buffalo's had their hands full. Everyone's had their hands full with Kansas City. But in Buffalo, that'll be fun. KC's 2.5 point dogs.
Just moved to 1.5 right before we started the show.
Oh, people are tending to like the team that hasn't lost since last Christmas.
Yeah, they better get real interested because it is going to be a battle up there. Josh Allen is on a mission. I love it. The Detroit Lions snuck out a win there in Houston with Jared Goff throwing 5 interceptions.
That's crazy. You can win a game with 5 picks in the NFL, not some college game.
But it was a lot of fun. Cowboys suck. I think they should tank. I'm a Detroit Lion fan now.
One more win for the Broncos. Let's just put this to bed. That was more for like, I think we're getting to the 6. I was like, this for playoffs, like 6-4.
You were getting your hopes up.
I was like, it takes 10. Like, we're getting better every single week. And then just rip my heart out of my body. But luckily, an old me, Colt, would have been angry at that. But now, as of 3 days ago, I believe, I'm a man of God.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be mad.
I'm officially ordained in the state of Arizona to perform all services of the ministry. So
all services.
Address me as father if it suits you. I don't ask you to, but if you have any confessions or anything you'd like me to cleanse you of, now is the time.
I'm good.
Speak freely, my child.
I'm good.
You are a man of, you are a son of God.
I know you had a lot of fun hosting a wedding at your house.
Yeah, got after it. We had a hell of a good time. There's probably like almost 200 people there.
How the hell did they convince you to host a wedding at your house?
The hosting, we agreed to a long time. It's my brother-in-law. He's a dude. His wife's awesome. They're over all the time hanging out. They asked to do it. And we're like, yeah, we'll do it. I did. And they asked me to be the officiant. I was like, huge honor. Of course I'll do it. Had a great time doing that. What I didn't sign up for was the setup / takedown of all the things that you need. I was doing a lot more manual labor than a man of God should. I should be in the pulpit preaching to the people, instead of breaking down dance floors. But had a hell of a time. It was fun. Got after it pretty good. And now I'm an official, like I said, officially a man of God. Don't treat me differently, dude. Treat me normal.
You, Natalie, and Peter
how
Thomas.
You normally are. That's it. It's a good,
wow.
It's an elite family to be in. So that happened with me this weekend. You actually had a little kind of one-off, thing that you don't normally do. You got back to your roots.
I did. This was so much fun. This weekend in Scottsdale, had a little thing called the Hondo Rodeo, which ain't no little thing. It was at Chase Field where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. Shout out to our man Connor Trias with Rocks Vodka. They were a big sponsor of it. He gave us some tickets. They call it a box. It is on the dirt. I was 15 feet from the chute where the bulls, the horses, everything come out right there. It was unbelievable. Dirt was flying all over the place. We were up close and personal at the rodeo. It was so much fun. I haven't been to one in so long. I grew up in that world, going to a lot of horse shows, a lot of rodeos, calf roping, all that. Actually, one of the guys, when I was a very young buck back in the day, there's a legendary calf roper named Roy Cooper. Okay.
Old Roy.
Okay. He was awesome. I actually rode his horse back in the day. They kept it at our ranch there. His son was in the calf roping competition.
No shit.
Tough. His name's Tough Cooper.
His name's Tough?
Yeah.
His real name is Tough.
His real name is Tough, named after Tough Hedeman. But
that's incredible.
It was so cool to go there. Calf roping, bareback riding, the bull riding was just
riding's a joke.
Insane. It was so cool. We had some fun. Barrel racing. It was awesome. And then 3 nights, the night we went, it was Turnpike Troubadours and then Brooks and Dunn concert. I mean, tons of people. And then Saturday night was Old Dominion and Zach Brown band. I mean, they absolutely brought it. I can't wait. This is they're trying to make this one of the biggest rodeos in the country. The National Finals Rodeo is in Vegas next month. And dude, I can't, they're like I said, this is going to be one of the top 5 rodeos in the country. They want to make it a big deal every single year. We actually sat with one of the founders at the Arizona Cancer Foundation event a couple weeks ago. His name's Dallas. And this is the real deal. I can't wait for next year. I think I'm gonna have to go every night.
It's kind of like a NASCAR thing. Like the experience being there is, I've only been to 1 or 2, and they were in Fort Worth when I was as I was at TCU, but and one of them we were real close. Probably not like, we weren't like on the dirt, but you're down there. You could see the bulls when they get ready and the guys getting on them. And it is I mean, the level of crazy you have to be to become like, I'm going to be a bull rider. It's on the fringe of like being a UFC fighter. Like, you got to be missing a couple screws to be like, this is what I want to do. The size of those fucking bulls when you get down there and see them is just a joke. I mean, what are they, like 1,500, 2,000 pounds?
Average is 1,500 pounds.
There you go. That's average. Yeah. I mean,
Even
you're in nothing. You are nothing on top of that.
They have a competition called steer wrestling, which this is one I think you'd be
That's
really
what I
good
should
at.
get into.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're in the chute on a horse. Okay. The steer is obviously in the middle.
Yeah.
Boom. They open the gate. Steer takes off running. Here you are on a horse chasing. You jump off your horse onto the steer, grab by the horns, and wrestle it to the ground, and whoever does it the fastest wins.
I feel like I'd thrive in that.
I do too.
I don't see one element of that competition where I wouldn't be great.
We've been looking for
Riding
stuff
the horse,
to do.
Jumping off the horse, wrestling. Those are my things.
We've been looking for stuff to do outside the studio. You tried the hockey. I think steer wrestling is next.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
right.
we actually can go up to Buffalo Chip in Cave Creek, and they have amateur bull riding.
Yeah, you can ride like what's the ones the rodeos I've been to? They let little kids come out like during and ride
On the sheep?
on the lambs. Yeah, the sheep. Yeah, that's fucking sweet.
Oh, dude,
I was start me off with one of those. Let me ride a lamb around.
It was so cool, man. We had an absolute blast. I love the rodeo. It's good to be back.
I tell you this, you didn't wear it, which is disappointing for this rodeo, but I did see you recently when you were down in Dallas for Brendan Morrow's ceremony. You had the boots and the hat on. I felt like I was like, that looks normal. I feel like you could pull that off.
I went casual, but maybe next year I'll bring out the hat
Squeeze
and
into
the
some
boots.
Wranglers, some nice tight Wranglers. You know what I mean?
Boy.
It'll make you feel like a man.
I tell you what, I do not feel like a man watching those guys ride bulls and all that. Them are some tough sons of bitches.
No, I guess you got to be halfway crazy to want to do that. One last thing that you also got to be a man for. I was gone last week. Did a little photo shoot, Cobra Puma down there.
Oh,
Had a
yeah.
stinger competition. This must be mentioned. Had a stinger competition with one Gary Woodland, who I believe you're familiar with.
Two different versions of the story. I'm
There's
just saying.
one that's correct. And by the way, Gary, God bless the man. Like, for him to dispute it, the whole thing's videoed. It will be coming out. And you can see how many times Gary hits it, which is 0. And how many, we had 2 different targets. I got them both. Gary got 0. One of the great stinger players on the PGA Tour. I was flying a little bit too high at the start, and Gary did give me a tip to help me keep it down, which to his, it was his fault, because then I knocked them both down like an absolute G. We'll have video of that when it comes out.
Well, I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah.
He basically said they had to change the competition for you. And also that
That's false.
Your Cobra Dark Speed driver is just known as Cobra Dark.
Yeah, there was a comment when I was hitting. They love to come over and chirp. Gary brings me over a quad pro. He's like, here's something to reach for. 194 ball speed.
Yeah,
and
keep
then
reaching.
Then I go in to do the driver, which is being recorded. I hit a few. I'm like, where I live, 165. If I try to hit it hard, 166. If I don't, I'm right in there. And they would come over and chirp me every single time, and they would watch me, and then they'd be like, yeah, you don't have the dark speed. You just got the dark.
Yep.
And I was like,
That's
that
beautiful.
hurts, but it's good. But
He also
hell of a
said,
good time down there. Gary's a natural in front of the camera.
I also heard he wasn't very helpful with showing you where the lemonade was.
He's such an idiot. I mean, every question you give to him, it's like an 8-year-old is answering you. And the best part is, like, he thinks it's fun. Like, he's like, I'm like, that's not. He was drinking a lemonade. I was like, and I had like a water. I was like, yo, where'd you get the lemonade? He's like, from a lemon. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, just fucking.
I've been dealing with it for 20 years. It hasn't changed.
He's so good. The strut is back. Chest is out fully. Shoulders are back. And by the way, his golf game, we're hating on the Stingers right now. It looks good. He was hitting it hard. 190. Like, he was getting up to 194 when he wanted to.
He's a big, strong boy.
He's starting to play good.
One last thing on Gary. And first off, what he went through is very serious. And we try to make light. We try to make light of a very difficult situation, and he is the same way about it with everything he went through with the brain surgery. But the family, they posted a little picture of Halloween a couple weeks ago, and he was some weird looking character. I don't know, but I said, you missed a golden opportunity. You and Gabby, if y'all would have came out as Pinky and the Brain, this would have been just glorious.
Yeah, he's not smart enough to figure that out.
I texted him, and he's like, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. He's good. We do make light of it. He's back. He seems healthy. He seems energetic and all that. We love the man to
Top
death.
10 in Vegas.
And his golf game's rounding into form. He's pretty fired up for this next year.
Can't wait.
As he should be.
Well, hope the shoot went well. Can't wait
You
to
got
see
to
this
work on the
video.
stingers. He's shit.
Cannot wait to see
hit it
this
low.
video.
Can't hit it low.
All right. Well, let's get to our guest this week. One of the best cornerbacks to ever step on a football field. I mean, this man is just a freaking athlete. He's a golf-aholic, loves the game. Didn't get a whole lot of time with him. Had a little scheduling issue going on, but we get to talk a little football, a little golf with the great Patrick Peterson here on Golf Subpar.
All right, folks, we got one of the best cornerbacks in the modern era with us today. He's an 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, named the NFL All-Decade Team for the 2010s, not to mention carries a tidy little single-digit handicap. Patrick Peterson in the house. Long time, brother. Thanks for making it work.
Man, I'm so happy to finally get on the Subpar podcast, man. Happy to be here, guys.
We've been waiting. You left us out here in Arizona, man. We miss you.
I know, man. I miss it out there too, man. I know the weather is just about to make that winter turn, that fall winter turn. I miss it out there too, man.
It's good time right now. Whisper Rock misses you, and it's in good shape right now. But I want to talk a little bit about this Pro Rivals Open that you're getting ready to tee it up in here in a few weeks.
Yeah, man. Jerome hit me up and asked me to be a part of his team. Apparently, it's some NFL players, MLB, NHL. I think I'm missing one in there, but it's a bunch of athletes that's basically playing against each other for a purse. We traveled to a couple of different courses. I think the first course is in Orlando. I don't know the exact course, but I know that's where we'll be playing. But yeah, it's supposed to be fun, like a Ryder Cup style event. And it's kind of like winner take all. I think it's going to be 4 events throughout the year. And the winner, if I'm not mistaken, gets to host an event at whatever captain's state is. So like Jerome, he lives here in Georgia. It may be in Georgia at some points, but I think each captain has an opportunity to pick where they want the next destination to be. So sounds like fun, and I'm all in, so I can't wait for it to get started.
Listen,
it's a good group of dudes, by the way.
Great group of dudes. And y'all got some players on your squad, but you might have your hands full with the hockey guys. They can play some golf.
Oh, I know I got my hands full with the hockey guys. Those guys are all around the course.
Try not to piss off Bronick. That's 1A. If he needs to win a competition, I'd say it's probably in everyone's best interest just to let him win the thing. I got a question. On your team, are you familiar with or have you spent any time with Billy Joe Tolliver?
Oh, I have not. Spent any time with Billy Joe Tolliver, but I heard he is a fun guy to be around.
That's right. I was curious as to what you're going to say when you said I've heard. He's one of the best, though. Honestly, y'all have a hell of a time.
You'll be doing a lot of listening when he's around.
That's what I hear. He's a great storyteller.
Yes, he is.
Not many of them are true, but he tells them. He tells them like they are.
He's all time. You're going to love him. How's the game right now?
The game is pretty good, man. I'm pretty solid. I'm hanging around a 5 right now. So my girls, man, they keep me so busy. Like I just told you guys, I got to go pick them up from dance practice here in a little bit, dropping them off for school. Then I'm doing a podcast almost 3 days a week. Podcast and radio hits 3 days a week now. So I'm trying to stay busy, talking about the game that I love, trying to be the best father that I can be for my kids, and also husband for my wife. So the girls in my family has been keeping me very, very busy. That's been keeping me away from the golf course as much as I want to be, but it's going to be good enough to survive in December.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you miss football right now? Miss playing football?
I miss Sundays. Monday through Fridays for the birds at this stage in my life. Waking up 5:30 every day, going through that routine. It was fine when I was in it, but, now not having to do that is I'm very comfortable now, so it's been pretty cool. I definitely miss the games on Sundays, running out of the tunnel, hearing the crowd reactions, going through the ebbs and flows through the games. But, golf is kind of filling that void for me now because I have a good group of guys who I go out and play golf with. We kind of creating our own golf community. It's called Go Links. You can find it on Instagram, Go Links, at Go Links, I'm sorry. And yeah, we're just trying to build like a golf community to where we can put on golf trips. We have a bunch of gambling games that we bet, a bunch of skits that we do just to show like the lighter side of golf, which is going that way because everybody at least when I was growing up, you always thought of golf as a serious sport, of a gentleman's game, which it is a gentleman's game. But in today's world, it has loosened up a little bit, and we want to continue to showcase that.
Who's in this community that you're talking about? Can like anybody be a part of this? Is this your boys, former
anybody
athletes?
can be a part of it. So the ownerships, guys who is a part of David Leaks, Roger Steele, myself, Ed, Billy, and I know I'm missing a couple guys in there, but yeah, we all kind of thought of this idea collectively, and we're gonna have we're building a website now. We got some merchandise coming out. We just we didn't launch it yet, but we just had our first tournament for Spelman. It was called Teed Up. We did that for them. So we're just trying to, like I said, just stay in that golf space, keep the name buzzing and keeping guys and people who have not really looked and thought of golf in a fun way. We want to provide that for them.
And you started golf rather late. I mean, I feel like after you got drafted from LSU out here to Arizona is when you really got the bug. And I'll tell you what, it attacked you in every which way because you're obsessed with the game.
I am, man, and you're not lying. As soon as I got to Arizona, because if you remember, I got into the league. I was drafted in the league the year of the lockout, so I wasn't able to go to the facility. But I used to train with Larry Fitzgerald during that time. And I used to be around all these golf courses, and my agent was like, "Man, I'm telling you, P, like you're gonna love the game of golf, like just how competitive you are. You get to meet, all walks of life on the golf course." Business deals, this, that, and that. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about no dang on golf, man. I'm trying to make the best of this NFL life. I'm about to walk into. So I ended up going back home the weekend, and I lived on it was a Top Golf before Top Golf. So it was like a bunch of bays, and you're just hitting trash balls and walking in like a little pond. So I went out there. It was raining, so I couldn't train that day. Ended up going, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try out this game of golf. Picked up a 7-iron because he left a set of clubs in my apartment complex. Grabbed a 7-iron because I grabbed 7 because that was my favorite number. First time hitting it, I'm like, damn, that was pretty satisfying. Being able to hit this little ball as straight as I just did. I wasn't able to do that consistently, but the first time I hit it, I was like, I think I can get a hang of this game, and I end up going to Arizona, where it's beautiful year round. And then that's kind of when the golf bug bit me, man, because it was, you guys know as better than I do, man. There's golf courses almost on every corner in Arizona, so It was hard to miss it while I was there.
Yeah, it's hard not to play out here, especially when you got a guy like Larry who loves it as much as anyone. One of your best friends in the world. Give the listeners an idea. You and Larry go out and play. You got a little game. What's the game? Who gets the best of who?
And you know what? I'm going to tell you a quick funny story, man. Me and Larry, I haven't had a bet with Larry since 2019. You know why? Because Larry always want me to give him strokes. I'm like, Larry, like I'm better than you, but I'm not that good to be giving you strokes. We both come out here after practice. We both on the same time schedule. So I don't have time to practice. You don't have time to practice. So why am I giving you strokes? And then I used to beat him a couple of times, and he's starting to want like 4 strokes aside. I'm like, Larry, I am not a scratch golfer, bro. Like, I cannot be giving you strokes. So then we end up playing one time. I was like, all right, I'll give you your strokes if you play. Like, I give you your strokes on the front. If you win, now we got to play, head up on the back. It was at Whisper Rock. We ended up playing, and I ended up beating him. And from that time on, we never had like a money exchanging type of golf match.
Larry, wow, he waved the white flag.
Larry asking
you
for
got Larry
aside.
to tap. That's you're the only guy.
Hey Larry, this ain't the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. You don't need 4 aside. Come on.
I mean, the guy's winning tour events.
I always tell him, like, bro, like we're in the same boat, man. It's no way I should be giving you strokes. Get freaking better, damn it.
Yes, exactly. Get better, Larry. Come on
exactly.
now. You're down in Georgia, obviously. I know you had an incredible trip to the Masters this past year with Mercedes-Benz, but how many times have you been able to actually tee it up there?
Man, I played the Masters 4 times.
You played Augusta National 4 times. I don't think you played the Masters.
Augusta National 4 times.
That's nice.
And low round.
My lowest round was a 74, and Larry actually witnessed that, and that was my first time ever playing it. And wow. He played it a couple of times. He just brought me out there. I can't disclose the member who we was playing with. Yeah. But we out there playing the first 2 holes, I birdied. First 2 holes I birdied, and the next 2 holes I freaking doubled. But more of the story, I had 6 birdies on my first time ever playing that course.
Damn.
That's phenomenal. And
That's
shoot
sick.
74. That had to drive
Yeah.
Larry like crazy, probably too. The first time you come out and you do that.
Oh, wait, and I got another funny story about that trip. So it was hole 7, I believe, like the short par 4.
The real narrow one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, that's hole 7, the one you can drive. So Larry drives it on top of the rough there. So we play it maybe like a month before the tournament. So it's getting in prime condition. Got the scoreboard up, got the grandstands up, and everything. So Larry pipes a drive, and this when the vertical. You guys remember the vertical groove driver?
I don't.
I feel like I should have had one, but no.
John Daly used to sponsor this. Like John Daly was the guy.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
So so Larry had that driver, and I mean just creamed it, just over everything. Right? I hit my ball maybe because I'm not a real long hitter. I hit it maybe like 280, 285, and now I got maybe like 60, maybe 40 yards, just a little chip over the bunker. I chipped mine close, got a 7-footer. Larry ends up because now he got to come out of the rough because the pin is top left corner. So if you get it anywhere on that green, it's going to continue to slide down. Mm-hmm. So Larry gets it on the green and slides down. He walks away with a bogey. I walk away with the birdie. We get into dinner because at dinner you got to have you got to be suited and booted. We get to dinner and everybody, all the members coming in is like, "Hey Larry, we heard you drove the green. We heard you drove the green on 7. Da 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 da." I said, "Well, Larry, just go ahead and tell them what you got." Everybody just bust out laughing. So that
nice 5.
That was a story of my lifetime right there on that trip.
That's awesome. That's so cool. You got to play 4 times.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's special, man.
What are some of the other? That's clearly, I would assume that's 1A on your list. Some of the other, you've been around the country. Favorite golf courses for Patrick Peterson?
Man, I played St. Andrews, the old course. Played Kings Barnes. Played Cypress. Played all the Pebbles. Where else have I played? Played the Melbournes, New South Wales. But my favorite, man, was the old course, just because the history that it has. And I think I shot 77 there, and we had it at its prime condition. Like the winds was at like 25 miles per hour. The rough was taller than me. So it was like in the prime conditions. And that was a beautiful, beautiful trip because we flew over. We was actually over in Monaco for the Formula One. And you actually he was the member. He used to work at Whisper Rock. And not Nikki. You remember Nikki?
Yeah.
So Nikki
Sinclair,
he saw
Sinclair,
he saw that we was over at Monaco. He's like, "Man, guys, come over. I'm gonna get you guys on St. Andrews." And that's how we end up getting on St. Andrews. And that was a treat in itself. Just being, like I said, the history that course has. Have pictures of me on the bridge. Walking down 18, just being in that little domain was just unbelievable.
That's what a awesome guy, Nikki, setting that up.
Yeah.
Did you say you played in Did I catch you said you played in Melbourne?
I got an E9 question about Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
So hold on to it for a second.
All right. I do want to hear how you like though. That's my dream trip.
We don't have a ton of time, so let's get to the E9. We're gonna make a quick E9 here. I'd love to talk football with you all day.
We'll do a full football recap soon.
But we're gonna get to the E9 real quick, and I'm gonna ask about that trip to Melbourne because I heard you had quite the day at Metropolitan, not only on the course but then afterwards as well.
Who told you that, Larry?
I got sources, Patrick. I don't like to disclose them.
We're true journalists.
I will say I had my second career round at Metro, and that was my first time ever going that low at Metropolitan Links. I don't even know the name of the course, but it was called Metropolitan something. Anyway, I go there. The first hole, like the first 3 holes, I end up parring out. Par the first 3 holes, and the next 2 holes, I end up birdieing. So I'm like, damn, I'm kind of feeling kind of good. Swing's kind of feeling. You guys know when the swing is in the slot, you just got to go with the motion and just let everything just fall in place. So now everything falling in place. I get now because I never keep my score. And Larry he's the type of guy because he know I don't like to write my score down. He always like, yo, Pat, you 2 under right now, you 3 under right now, you such and such. And every time he brought my score up, I think I can't remember. I think I doubled the par threes. I doubled 2 other 4 par threes every single time he started to bring my score up. So I was like, Larry, I'm not listening to you, Larry. Just be quiet. Just let me come out here, and you want to witness a good round, don't you? So stop being so freaking negative. I don't write my dang on scorecard down. Stop bringing it up. I know what I got. Let's just play golf. So anyway, the round ended up going on, and sure behold, I get to 18. I make a birdie, and he's like, man, you know what you shot? I said, yeah, probably. I know I shot somewhere like 2 or 3 under. It's like, dog, you shot a 68. I said, oh, okay. He said, you gonna post that?
Of course.
Nope.
You gonna post that?
Nope.
And
I did post it.
I heard the heater didn't stop. I heard the blackjack table was rather nice that night as well.
The blackjack table was nice too.
God, what a day.
That's a good day.
Plaza, and that was like let me see, the win of their hotels out there. Man, yeah, I was on the heater, man. It was just a great overall weekend for your boy P2.
Hey, when it's your day, it's your day.
For your boy.
No doubt
you might need to
about
get down there and sign up for that Australian rules football down there,
Say it again.
You might need to go down there and sign up for that Australian rules football.
Hey, they're trying to. I was on a call yesterday with the NFL. They're trying to get a game over there, so you never know.
There you go.
Good
go
spot,
back.
good city.
Go back.
Great country.
All right, Patrick, finish this sentence for me. The professional athlete I like taking money from on the golf course the most is.
I would have to. The professional I like taking money off the golf course is Larry, but he don't bet me anymore.
But it's been 5 years.
But I'm gonna go with somebody now. I really like taking Bryce Butler money.
Oh, okay. I was just with Bryce last few days.
Yeah, that's my guy though. I love Bryce to death, and I know Bryce is he's very, very stingy with his money and his bets. So like when I have an opportunity to take it from him, it feels like super, super good.
You should get him right now. He's got the right shot going a little bit right now. So if you need some cash, if you're strapped, maybe call Bryce right now. Get him quick.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know you're a very proud LSU Tiger, and there's probably no better atmosphere in college football, but we're going to take them out of the equation. Best SEC atmosphere other than Baton Rouge, Death Valley.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go with, and this might shock you. At least when I was there, because I only played there one time, and that night, that was a rowdy stadium, South Carolina.
Really?
They were just wild this past week.
Man, I'm telling you, that's when Steve Spurrier, the old ball coach, was there too. And we scaped out of there with a win. But man, when I say that stadium was and I think it was the first time ever wearing all black uniforms. Man, when I say that stadium was so loud, like Alabama Stadium is big. Georgia Stadium was nice. They really wasn't Georgia yet. Auburn was okay, but I'm South Carolina, man, and they really wasn't anything. But the atmosphere there was off the chain.
It was like that A&M game when they ran out. I was like, this feels like a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was nice. They show up. We
got time for 2 more, Sleaze.
All right, I'll give you. All right, let's test your pop culture here, Patrick. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. True love or flash in the pan?
Flash in the pan.
Not built to last. You don't see that.
I don't like talking about people's relationships, but yeah, I think it's a flash in the pan.
Okay, that's the only thing that might. The only thing that could derail the Chiefs. I think he hopes not either.
All right. Every time I see you on the golf course or even like leading into games, you're always dressed to the nines. You pride yourself on your fashion. Yep. Give me the best dressed professional golfer out there right now.
Man, I like Keith swag, cashmere.
Keith Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Mitch swag. I gotta go with JT because I'm a Grayson ambassador. Who else? And I like what Jason Day's doing. He's just like switching it up, having like an urban vibe to his golf look. So I think that's different, and I think it's starting to catch a wave for sure, because you're starting to see it a lot on the golf course. So those will probably be my top 3 guys.
I like that.
Melbourne had to get rather excited when they saw he was paired with Tiger the first 2 days at the Masters this past year. Golly.
Because you knew the camera was going to be on him.
Oh, every shot.
Yeah, that worked out nice.
We know you're in a hurry. We can't let you out of here, though, without giving us a Super Bowl prediction. Who's going to represent the NFC and the AFC, and who's your winner?
I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions.
Hell yeah.
Detroit Lions, the Super Bowl champions. What Super Bowl is this? 57?
Works for me. It's in New Orleans. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 57. Yeah, I like the Detroit Lions to win it.
That's what I'm pulling for. I love them.
I like that a lot. Hey, stay in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't let yourself go. I know you don't like to get in that gym too often, but maybe just stay in shape.
I am. I'm still waiting on the call. So after this season, if I don't get a call before the season's over with, I am definitely done.
I love it, man. Well, really appreciate you coming on with us. Let us know if you get out here at AZ. We'll tee it up. And best of luck at the Pro Rivals Open here in a few weeks.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, that was Patrick Peterson joining us on Golf Subpar. What a dude he is. Man, I wish we could get out a little longer with him.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to the Pro Rivals Open. It's going to be a lot of fun between MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL. A lot of loaded squads out there. The hockey boys are going to be tough to beat. It's going to be fun to watch that. But Patrick Peterson, man, that's an athlete right there. He don't put much bad shit in his body.
He's like, that's why I was like, hey, stay in shape.
Yeah.
A, because he could get picked up, but B, because he's never gone more than 48 hours, I think, without being in he's the most in shape dude I've ever seen. There's nothing left to chance there. And he's legit. Like, you go back and look at his combine numbers. He was one of the top recruits ever to sign at LSU, who's have some pretty good talent. Return kicks was sick. Return punts was sick. Lockdown corner. And he's been doing it a long. That's a tough position to hang out in the league for a long time.
14 years, I believe.
And he's been doing it. And he's just one of those dudes. It's like he's good at everything.
Yeah, we'll have to have him back. So
he hits it pretty hard. He was talking about his golf swing. I played his charity event a few years ago, and they had the long drive hole. And I went pretty good, but I was in the rough, so it was non-qualifier. But I got up there and it was like about even with me. And I looked over, Patrick Peterson. It was probably 300, maybe plus. He moves it.
He's got the dark speed.
He moves it. He does have the dark speed. He's got speed in everything that he does.
Yeah, it is special to watch, and we want to have him back so we can talk a little more football. I had a lot of football questions to get.
We'll get him back in studio, have a drink if he'll have one with us, and we'll really get into it. Yeah, Brandon, he's got dad duty. Things happen.
But always fun sitting down with him. Can't wait to see how the Pro Rivals Open goes. Let's get to some picks. I'm hot, Sleaze. I'm freaking hot. I've lost one time so far this year when I give out my favorite bet of the week. The New England Patriots. You were kind of making fun of me last week. You're like, really? We're going to the New England Patriots?
Yeah, I was.
But they were getting points, and they covered. Actually, they won outright. They absolutely bitch slapped them.
Yeah, that was kudos to you.
That
would not have been in my top 5.
You want me to give you another one?
Yeah, you go. Give us your this week's.
All right. The Chicago Bears suck.
That's true.
That is a fact. They haven't scored a touchdown in 23 straight possessions. They are at home this week. It's a division rival. The Green Bay Packers are coming to town. But once again, the Bears suck. Give me the Packers -6.5.
Ooh, less than a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, they look, after all the moves they made and all the picks, Caleb's text to the punter, hey, you're not going to have to punt a whole lot next year.
Yeah.
23 straight drives without a tub.
To be fair to him, he's running for his life every single play.
He is, but some of it's self-inflicted. Like he hangs back out there and he misses an open guy and then gets sacked. He hadn't been good.
The Bears suck.
He hadn't been good. They do suck. You know what else sucks? Me. I got 2 warnings here. 1, my pick stinks, so take this next one with a grain of salt. 2, going back to Zone Nicotine Pouches, which I love, 9 milli peppermint in right now. The product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale is prohibited. Introducing Zone Nicotine Pouches, the perfect balance of unparalleled comfort, longer-lasting flavor, and nicotine that satisfies. Whether you're zoning in for an important putt or zoning out after a tough day at work, Zone gets you there faster and keeps you there longer. Available in 7 flavors and in 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Find Zone at zonepouches.com and retailers near you. Own your Zone with Zone Nicotine Pouches, and I do own my Zone right now.
All right, well...
you want to hear it?
I do. I'm kind of thinking I should just go the other way.
We're to the point now where my picks will be valuable. We're to the point where it's just like fade Sleaze.
You keep staying in this college football.
Yeah.
Why not move?
No, because I'm due.
Okay.
I'm due. Shooters shoot. I'm in a shooting slump right now.
Just
If
double
Steph
up.
misses 5 threes in a row, he don't stop shooting.
Yeah,
Although there's a time when we're approaching it right now where I
Yeah.
should probably stop shooting.
I always compared your picks to Steph Curry's 3-point
A lot
shooting.
of people do. You're not alone in that camp. A lot of people do. Staying in college.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you ready for this? Lost last week.
Do you want to talk about your last
I had
week?
Georgia. Oh, their big game. They got dump trucked, by the way. The SEC is a mess. It's so awesome. There could be 7 teams that had to have a playoff argument at that by the end. We'll get to that later. Team that's firmly in the playoff picture right now, holding down the number 1 spot. I'm taking Oregon minus 14.5. Feels like a lot. At Wisconsin, who's not very good. Dan Lanning seems to be on a mission. He's running up scores. I feel like he knows the point spread sometimes and does everything he can to cover it. They were faking punts from their own side of the field up multiple scores last week against Maryland. He doesn't give a shit right now. I think they go in there and thump them, which means probably Wisconsin money line. Solid play.
All right. We'll see. We'll give it one more
It's
chance.
sad, dude. Just as a man of God now, I feel like the golf gods should recognize that and start rewarding me.
And on the college football subject, I want to send a lot of love out to Kirk Herbstreit. His dog, Ben, who tragically passed away, suffered from cancer. I mean, this damn dog was a celebrity, going all over game day, was in the booth with him, on the field pregame, just running around, no leash.
Players
Everybody
petting
loved
him.
Ben. Beautiful dog. I know he's hurting right now. The tribute they did to him on game day was phenomenal. He was struggling to get through it, but just want to give a big shout out, love to his family, because I know that's a big loss.
If you watch that tribute and didn't have a tear in your eye or get emotional a little bit, you don't have a heart. I mean, that thing was tough to watch. I couldn't believe Kirk actually went to work, called games that night. That's a tough thing to do, man. A man and his dog.
Yeah,
that's
tough one.
That's a sacred one. So, shout out Kirk, man. And Ben, good boy. He's a good boy.
Yes, he is. Well, special thanks to Roback and Zone for all you do. Thanks to you all for listening, and we'll talk to you on next week's Subpar.